already setting up for that A-take where Eternal Fire are stronger. The bullets and damage go Pacific's way, as well as the entries coming through. Echo now looking to try and hold things down, and successfully doing so. A clean double kill, Izzy here to support, and Pacific stopped the door.
Echo finding even another one, and the floodgates are open yet again. Izzy tries to follow it up, but Necky's there.
Will come from nowhere and surprise you. And that's something that they're going to continue to do. Although Pacific here might grab our attention, as we can see right now.
Okay.
Oda's stuck in the corner. That's a couple of upgrades.
Yeah, quick kills from VALORANT. Bulldog in play on 7. He's on full HP, but Fabian over the top's already found one back, and CNED is lucky to get away with his life.
Yeah, that he is. Shotgun in hand at close range. That's where you would want it. But VALORANT's Bulldog doing the damage. A 4K for Pacific, and straight back in the conversation.
They're just playing passively. There are 4 players here, so easily digested on the Pacific side. And I think this is something that we've got to be looking out for. It's something that Fnatic needed to get to grips with, something which Vitality couldn't handle.
Especially with CNED up in heaven.
Oh, look, one more kill here from Ordas would have been huge damage, but unfortunately, VALORANT does get away with his life, and so Pacific have an early lead.
Pacific, it's all about how they finish.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'd be happy to counter that point, but we'll get back to it in just a moment, because CNED's on the offensive here, and already starting as he means to go on. A quick double through ramp, and with the spike left behind in spawn, and Pacific still holding this default in the right way, or actually no, he has the site control, sorry. VALORANT over the shoulder in support. And Pacific add the final details. It's aggressive maneuver. Plenty of reveals outside of B. Is he trying to chase it down? And Fabian not far behind with the paint shells, but Pacific again do a brilliant job at weathering the storm. This one with the judge. Not sure if he's quite spotted it out yet, but it will be dealt with accordingly.
That they can use to, I guess, now break the buy of Eternal Fire. Hero for Eternal Fire, especially thinking back to last week. It continues to be that case in this round at least. So it's an VALORANT 1 versus 4. He's good for his 1vx's, but this feels a bit out of his boathouse. It will be the case. Eternal Fire to answer straight back in.
And that's exactly
Pacific, straight back to what was working for them. I'm going to go for a quick exit. Fabian pushed back. As he forced back as well, but it's the showstopper to respond. Seven trying to use his, but can't get the blast packs to work. And now still has that rocket, won't even get to fire it off. As Eternal Fire are very quickly shutting down Pacific after the ultimate they threw into the mixer. So it has to be a clutch from Ninja, which he can't even really get started. We're within 1. This Echo to hold this part of the map down. He was successful in doing so last time, but not successful here.
Now working their way, backtracking in fact, into main where Necky's already set up to knock them down. 2 quick kills out of him, and Izzy even missing the leg shot onto 7. But eventually corrects himself, and with VALORANT dropping the spike in behind, it's a no-scope from Izzy to follow up. Eternal Fire just moments away from tying the scoreline from the timeout.
30 seconds.
Unless Cooper has anything to say for it, but he doesn't. Towards the site. It's only Ordas here watching B.
Yeah, he's only had 1 kill so far to identify this site would be huge. Wow. That's his second. And what? Echo somehow managed to get a molly into place! Ninja!
It's now in play for this 2-on-2. And with Fabian creeping closer, it's Ninja, 1 off the ace. Is he up in the heavens? Already spotted. Cupid will finish it off. Detail that we have to stress. Eternal Fire are going to give them these fights because they've been winning them all stage. So with CNED set up on utility here, Fabian just waits for a moment to bait out those peaks. When he re-clears, it's a swift double.
Big.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they seem to think it was the other side, but is he finally on high alert? And when he comes back into the site, comes crashing down on the heads of 2 Pacific players. Movement not good enough in the end to bail him out of the situation, and Necky with a hopeless death in the heavens means that Echo has so much heavy lifting to do, and that mid-walk down we were waiting for comes in far too soon. Pacific ready for every last peak, and with Fabian only on a shotgun at that range, chance to get another here up against the full buy, and with 7 already closing the distance on this site with the rocket, he is going to finish off what was started in main. Running out of opportunities at this point, right back into the open arms of 7, and there you go. Pacific with 8 on their attack side of Split. It's been their pick all year long.
Oh, Alo having to try and dodge round. Izzy's the one that ends up getting stunned there. Elsewhere, Neki opens up the B side. Pacific are walking down mid as well. There's a lot of moving parts.
I think 7's just heard the steps here of Ordaz.
Yeah, he's coming through, coming round, and Ninja catches him off guard. Advantage Pacific. Echo making this even though as we go back and forth in the spike plant being attempted. There's still players in garage for Pacific. You can see on multiple fronts, people are taking fights, and it's Eternal Fire for the moment. This seems to be coming out on top, and certainly will be. Big pistol round to win.
Pieces, you can't take up the position that you'd want to. VALORANT does get the 1 freebie late in main, but focus on the site as Ordaz is cornered. Util dropping up to his ankle. 7 has off-seen Ed with his own nade, and as Echo's able to stand his ground, the follow-up should be there. Or so you'd think. VALORANT in a position of distress, and quite simply can't do enough. Fight back from Pacific this time. Yeah, that push and pull as the utility will capture Cooper in the end.
Come in to face that.
Yeah, there are teams towards the upper end, I think, that have the ability to be unperturbed by the style that Eternal Fire are playing, as this is an in-zone flawless for them, not for the first time so far in the map.
Just to try and get active through mid a little bit quicker than expected. Nightfall and Showstopper invested as a couple of kills go elsewhere. Actually goes Pacific's way of all. And now the spike being down shows you exactly what can be done in the snap in an instance. B-site, and they try and play forward in towards Ordaz, who's not had the best of series, and given the advantage towards the defense. All the way in towards defender spawn.
Did he get spotted?
Alo seeing it now. So that makes it an even bigger advantage for this defense. You see Red now, in which this attack can try and get on towards the site. But at the same time, Pacific begin to close on in. Not even going to get a chance. Is this a flawless round, perhaps, for Pacific? The answer is no, but it's just as good. 4 players alive, doubling up the rounds and getting double digits. And that could possibly set, but with the toxins gone and 7 also off the board, this makes this a lot more doable. The Viper's pick seems to be wasted as well.
From main, so they've adjusted brilliantly.
Yeah, that they have, and Eternal Fire have to fight their way out, which they'll do successfully. Only VALORANT left alive with a rifle in his hands, and Eternal Fire are back within 1. 3v3.
You've seen it still hanging around here though.
Yeah, next fight against Echo, can't quite get the kill. Showstopper is good though, and so is 7. And it's just Echo within his pit that gets caught off guard. Big round for Pacific. Mid, you can feel the danger lurking through as he comes from behind. Pacific's retake though is getting underway as Echo comes through at the right time. But is it too late?
Oh!
The answer is yes! As Pacific's retake is successful! Go, just a straight up execute to deny Pacific their first map here on Split, their first win. It's ended up going Cooper's way here. And Ninja as well. Pacific have got a brilliant start to this round.
I mean, Eternal Fire have absolutely nothing going for them at this point. There is no reason to take an extra duel.
Oh, it looks like they want to though. Oh, it's VALORANT within this. Oh! Likes to put Eternal Fire to the sword! Pacific finally shows a map win!
And not just that, better than any that we'd seen from them up until this point. Very convincing from Pacific as they're able to win Split for the first time this year. Expectations really non-existent. Can those scrims translate into an official? It's not started off the best, and Eternal Fire fighting back through here actually. Do get the better of it. Cupid's got to come up with the goods. He's empty-handed. Ordaz on the swivel.
That's with the judge, so expecting him to get a couple here, and oh, it's not gone the way you'd expect.
This is exactly less. It is the Sentinel players left. Ordaz out to dry here.
This is doable. The spike goes down, and with a rifle in hand,
The arcade control here, that's going to be huge. Ninja with a drone late.
Oh.
He's offline now.
Yeah, and that Phantom goes offline, as well as any utility that was left in pocket already. The pool gone. This is looking like a successful retake for Eternal Fire. That Judge coming through.
Yeah.
Couple of rifles, getting the kills. It's up to CNED. His Phantom looking decent. Doesn't have the slide. Has to try and hit his shots now as Fabian tries to bait him out. Bullets are getting low here. He needs to hit his shots, and he's not doing it. His time goes away. Oh, no! Pacific answer straight back. It's exactly like Split.
If you don't want to go dancing again, man, that's fine. You just tell me. Cooper has had enough of the silly business. 3 quick kills, lays down the law. And Valorant doing the same on the other extremity. I mean,
that's the kind of the play style.
It's like Echo with a Judge solo in a smoke there in arcade.
Yeah.
The only team that have lent into it here. Izzy is able to find exactly that. Valorant
players make their way out of tower. The Star's going in. This is the eternal presence that you can see, but it's the Eternal Fire that continues.
Again, I mean, 7 just needs to create space.
It does. Plan open is not what you want to do. As Cooper now basically goes into a death match. With time so low, he needs to get the spike. It is done, and it's Echo to finish out.
Again, they take arcade and scale onto the site.
Oh, and Echo's caught. Oh my god, the kill's just going Pacific's way every time. Evolution gone off the board, and now Echo. You can see already Pacific are looking to scale their way in towards the site. Echo's Judge blinded up. Not going to get what he was looking for, and neither is Audaz. Right now, it's looking good. As Eternal Fire drip feed into the site.
To the sword. Huge exchange between the ops, and as the first shot fires off, CNED knows all too well what Izzy's up to. Plenty of utility to fall back on in this situation. Cupid almost with a full belt of stars as they're dropped to the site. The fight's taken on the front foot. The Fire can't do it. Still with this operator, which feels like it's managed to survive like a zombie round to round. I mean, it's actually a full investment here. They've spent,
as you said, like operator in play for Izzy, but he's towards arcade and easily dealt with in the end.
I think he's probably going to be considering just walking away and trying to keep that in the next. Yeah. It's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, Echo's invested into a Judge. Do you try and fling that forward?
No, I mean, it's like the most exposed site there possibly is. If you're not retaking from arcade, you have no chance. Already spotted out. The spam will clear him.
Alo needs to be careful because he's going up against the operator and gives himself up. So advantage towards the defense. The first time I've seen that in a while. All he needs to do is deny the spike plan, but as he's already here to help with that, as he's got 3 on the round, and it's just left all alone to Ninja. Does he have the time? The answer is no, and it will end up being an Eternal Fire round. Ask questions of the A side as they look towards Sand actually as the entry, and it's Echo to be involved and continues to be actually. Big information to come through in terms of the retake is still, you can see Pacific trying to scale in, 3 on 3. Fabian tries something special, but it's Delight and Neki, one of his own. 1v3 Valorant, what have you got for us? Can't quite connect the heads, known for his sharp shooting. Can he show it here? The answer is no. Okay, Cypher towards here, and nobody's given Izzy anything. Pacific go one step further and towards the spawn to buy Cooper. Spike not committed. It's a dangerous one if Echo plays beyond the Cosmic Divide. And a ping just for the players to come out. Valorant is there on time, and Pacific up to 7. Similar scoreline to that last match. This is a set piece for Pacific to try and flush players out of main.
A bit of a gamble on someone being aggressive here. Doesn't look like Eternal Fire had really done this too many times so far.
Now out through Sand, 7 catches Audaz, so it's Echo all alone towards the top of site play. The dog should, as he's now a little bit hot under the collar. That's exactly the case. Couple of trades either way, leaves it Pacific in the advantage, but does it to clutch up in a 1v2. Rifle, and ends up, going up against Izzy, who misses his shot, and gives Pacific a massive gap between their opponents.
It is a fantastic start. Echo takes one to the dome as he'll scale away across the zip line into the site. It's absolute chaos, but Pacific starting to find the shots. That's when Neki notches one back. On two with both players retaking bridge.
Yeah, they're going to be there fairly late, to be honest, and with no utility. Echo, that's a clean fight.
That was the low player. Leaves Ordaz a little bit exposed inside the site, but again, his reprisal is bang on, and with Ordaz nailing the shot onto Cupid. That's 4 from 4 for the Fire. No real way to capitalize off this. C's just running in like a headless chicken. Neki is going to walk away with one.
They are heading towards 7's Bucky. I don't want to invest everything into this, but surely not, right?
Oh, I mean, it's a 2 versus 4 now, right? No chance. It's not like the shot guard of the map. He's not missed the bus this time.
He's certainly not missed the bus. The bus seems to be intact at this point in time.
And Echo's done a brilliant job. You don't have to fight the shotgun, but you are getting paid, and it's a brilliant payoff in the round for the rest to play off. A pack here on the Pacific side, and as they emerge from the smoke, the Fire start to fall flat. The kill's coming up, and it's Neki again, the captain holding the torch with the rest of the Fire following. Secured through Cupid, there is still half a chance here. That second salvo dropping in, and he's forced to backtrack from it in the end. A shot through the shoulder blades. Eternal Fire bagged the bonus. Into another eco with a singular shotgun. It's their own in the hands of Izzy. The Ninja is in a corner which should be easily cleared from the players in main. And saying that, he's the only one to find a kill.
This is hunting for his to come online.
Yeah, this would be a huge kill. Looks like a guarantee. I say that. Cupid's got a bit of bite.
Yeah.
Leaves a mark.
Varsity, you know, 3 big ultis in the pocket for Eternal Fire. Oh, and Echo not hitting his shots. That's a big point.
Unreal.
That is a really big point. And at least at the same time, Eternal Fire responds straight back into this with the spike planted in the middle of sight. Big kills coming through from Pacific. So what have Izzy and Neki got for us in terms of a clutch? Ninja considering his ultimate as Neki goes and tries to brawl. Why would you do that? Because you left Izzy all alone, and Pacific a chance back in. This for Pacific. Echo is on site. VALORANT, if he wins this, could decide the round.
And it's Cupid instead over his shoulder to set it up. Now, beyond this Astra wall, Fabian has to find so much. Ordaz there with him, and already the kill's starting to come in, but CNED's ready to play. He just walks up to the wall, slap in the face from Ordaz. Cupid, nothing left for them, and Eternal Fire
begins to round the corner, misses his chance on Ordaz, or does he?
No, takes a brilliant one. Echo lurk timing though, yet to be spotted. CNED with a no-scope. How about one more? CNED still going, but Eternal Fire responds. VALORANT has a TP, I'm not quite sure where it's to, but out of the conversation now, as Neki does go into, they should understand now that that is the lurk. Still 3 players strong siding on the A site, but the first player to come under fire is Echo again for him on home soil. The first of his kind. It's Neki he's got to beat though, and that's when we come back to reality. A kill that just peels away the presence and stops Pacific from getting back in. Izzy bulkering down. First kill picked up from the operator, but Ninja hangs in the balance. CNED pops the ult to try and close the distance, but he is going to drop down to Ordaz, who's had a couple kills already, and the last falls onto Neki. So with it, we are on equal terms, and it's set up with this flash. Echo again in the firing line. Again, he is dead.
Yeah, he's had a
here as well on Fabian, but actually, yeah, it looks like they are going to pivot back, and that's because Izzy has one laid up on Allo, caught in transition.
Oh, the shots connect for Cupid though, and 7's here in the right spot. Time to delay, and these players for Eternal Fire need to get a move on. Big kill though.
35 seconds. Now split here. It all comes down to the individuals, and with time continuing to tick away, Fabian gets the kill he needs. Yeah, drops into the corner, just misses out. All eyes on Ordaz, has to do the heavy lifting, falls to Fabian, finds the first. One more! And it's Ninja!
As they look to go straight in and stop anything coming their way, any sort of denial, but it's Cupid that denies him through his Guardian. Ends up settling a 2v2, but you need to get that spike back, and this is a key point. Neki, Phantom in hand, fighting for... Oh my god, Neki! Like like this, there should be no chance in hell.
Seeing it with the judge, he's the first responder, trading places in the smoke. Looks like Eternal Fire want to give this a little bit of a go, see what it is they're able to find.
Oh.
7 passes the first test, and I don't think there should be too many more of these, all right? Echo dropped, and Ninja another. So, speaking of ults, he's now just 2 away from his own Tahoe ult.
All comes through the drone in terms of info, but CNET's judge comes through, spamming, and kills going Pacific's way initially, but that could be the change, that could be the way.
He needs a reposition here, a solid one. VALORANT doesn't get enough, and CNET falls at the very end. 13-11. Stopping power on the defender's side, but that immediately makes you want a Pacific pistol to try and right the ship. And
Eternal Fire, that's why they're being forced through Tree. And it still continues on with CNET finding Echo, who's been really
at his captain's feet. So while he's trying to go ahead and dig this one out, Seven's just backtracking, inviting one.
Yeah, that is it, right. Straight back into the decided map, pistol round win.
Likes to work the map on their attack side. It's very different to an Eternal Fire team, which is all in a lot of times, and that's what we're seeing on Sand here.
Last player standing.
Echo, the last player remaining. His position has been noted, so it's as easy as you like in the anti-eco. Here's a bit of proactivity in B main up against the bonus. Fabian does a brilliant job to handle it. 3 kills from him picked up.
As 7 comes back in with the Sheriff. Fabian, we've been creating a lot of comparisons with him and Lerock from BBL.
Just back onto C.
Oh, but that's a great nade. The players within the smoke still there, and a nice information grab by Audaz. And CNET now all alone on site, trying to respect this one and not give anything away, although being so low.
Yeah, needed a kill on the way back through, but 7's so far advanced.
Yeah, he has been mercurial and looks to do it again! A big 3K! Advantage. Waits for the next fight, and it's a brilliant one onto Cooper. That was the full health player, and now against CNET, who is already low. Beyond his years, Neki shows us the goods. For split 2 with that champ spot on the line, but I'll need to find out if they truly can evolve into a team like that, because right now, I think that
what you're saying, yeah, you've got to consider, even if you don't make playoffs directly in stage 2, you have the play-ins bracket, the matches against the challengers, there's nothing that can stop a showstopper here, right over the top of the head of 7. He will find Fabian and continue to bunker down.
Connect ping onto Pacific's players. What? Echo somehow doesn't react quick enough, but manages to make the adjustment. Eternal Fire up to 4. And right now, it feels like that chance, that momentum Pacific had.
Straight up the guts through the B site. Is he trying to make his way in through the Hobbit door? It's a long slide from CNET, winning out that big exchange between the two. Echo a couple of his own, and in and amongst all the chaos, playing the time down to the final second. There might not be much left in this one, as Eternal Fire have commonly been able to punish Pacific for it. The captain stands up when it's asked of him most, and offering some relief for them finally.
It's off the back. Yeah, but the nade isn't there, and Fabian is. An even trade, but it is a reset towards B main we look.
I think that's one of the issues with no damaging utility here. So VALORANT's the tip of the spear through the middle. Izzy finds him.
Let's go up, 3v3 on the retake, dropping in. Nobody considers, is he?
And 7's just playing util out. Cooper trying to follow it up. TP's back out of the situation, 2-on-2. Still no plant in play, but Pacific need to just put things together in this situation. Play off of the numbers. Neki is completely out of position here in main. Nowhere for him to go. It's all on the shoulders of Audaz, still behind the barrier as it finally fades away. He's got to land at some point, because otherwise this is a full stick from Cooper, and when he's finally removed, it comes down to Ninja. A clutch one already for him. Neki can say the same. Between the two of them, and it's all on this, and Neki just can't be beat in these 1v1s. How do you now reset? The economy flattened. Yeah, but I can see CNET's trying to pop the ult here. It's already 34 HP. Be lucky to find a single kill once revealed, and there you have it. Neki profiting from his own util. Ninja just good for the 1. VALORANT is just a classic here. Does pick up the weapon himself, but Eternal Fire have their 6th. The fight entertained on A as it's a 4-1 from Pacific. ready to fight them at the root. Solo player towards CT side, finally rips the... Oh, Fabian! Like a lawnmower, just slices straight through the cloud cover. Cupid won on the trade, but as they filter back through...
Moves of his own.
They're walking into him here. Cupid could be in for a boatload, but it's just the one that he will find. No B-main control, no follow-up. Fabian still testing on the C side. Showstopper popped. In for the kill on Allo. Won't find it the first time. Nothing taken. Izzy could pull the plug on this whole play, though. That's not if Scenehead keeps going in and around the pit.
Izzy's nowhere to be seen.
Echo left behind. He finds the kill he needs, and it's another B pivot. Time is low, but there's just enough to get this plant in. Scenehead's going to try and interrupt, and that's where Izzy pops up from the door. And this is a problem. Ninja looking to try and fend them off, can only stall out for so long. Eternal Fire all over Pacific like a rash, and with Fabian left behind, he nearly finishes it off himself. They showed us how good they could be against Vitality. Pacific, so far, not proving to be a problem.
Yeah, Eternal Fire.
And really find some value. So here they go. Another pistol on the cards. And it looks like Eternal Fire are ready to take it home already. Izzy with 3. Cupid has gained a little bit of ground here, but nothing that will stop Izzy. Waiting to see here, unless those Pacific pistols could do it again. I mean, surely not. There's a couple in there. Echo's low. This is a Bulldog. Find him and you might just have the floodgates open. It's costly though. What it is to play off each other, probably not. I think Izzy has this one easy enough. It just falls into his lap, and so that is 11. Fading Izzy here.
Straight in. I mean, it looks like Cupid's going to play entry here as well. As we can see, Echo trying to play within his own
Haven't found him.
And yes, they haven't. And he drops down, looking for another. Easily responded to. Nicky's just sent it in.
They really want to keep this clean. Money's still not in the best of places. We're talking about it being a long road, and one step at a time. Shot from Ordaz.
But he can't connect another. So with that, Pacific get the round in this second half. The question, can he win out the next duel? As you can see, Eternal Fire dancing with the idea of the next fight, and Pacific up to task as they death ball through. It's 2 clutch up. Silent drop. Not heard. And VALORANT swinging round at the right time. The playstyle of Eternal Fire, and it looks like they want to do the same thing here on the defense as the players come through. An ultimate sent through from Scenehead as he tries to come through the orb of Echo and actually just goes through them entirely. There's a flight coming in. Pacific well aware of it, and in the end they will get the round win. So we get even closer now. Viper's Pit, huge here. And it's actually caught Ordaz, not Echo! As he's got a double kill with a classic. No way! Finally the pit drops through Scenehead, but it's still a 3-on-3. The kill's still to come through, the chaos still continuing, and Pacific on the other side of it. To try and be the hero in, and he's already lost a lot of health as it comes straight through. Pacific win. That's a Viper's Pit. I haven't it just yet. He takes his time to fire off and does get rid of Izzy.
With the call that's been made, the rotation's in progress but can't arrive soon enough. All on Ordaz, and with Scenehead walking straight into the barrel of the Sheriff, he simply pulls the trigger. It's looked magnificent so far. V3 as well. VALORANT's playing up close, ready to trade off of this, but you have to win that fight, Ninja. Here's the rocket. Trade out 1v1. Necky, unbeatable so far in these situations. He only has a pistol. He wouldn't land a shot. Not this time. Is Necky going to peek this? Of course he is. And he's been punished again.
And that Nightfall now has no value at the minute.
To it. Fabian finding one in the middle, and this is where Izzy now wants to introduce himself, but Scenehead shows him the door, sent marching orders, Pacific plotting core side. We've not even seen the value of the Sentinel utility in post, because 9 times out of 10, half of it
can't buy anything because he's going to have no buy for the next.
What a time to make yourself a star. He's playing from the perch. Bearing on down to Pacific's position, the Toxin screen is going to drop, and so he does have to TP out. Fabian wishes he had such a liberty. He's as dead as anything. This is going to be number 10, Cairo.
Spike planted.
Do you still not believe?
Oh, I've been believing for a long time, let's be honest. No, I will say it has taken me a long time to start to buy in. Force back again.
The bane of Pacific's existence at times, but all it is, a ruse to play in the rest of the team. Fabian Ordaz, Echo combining. Numbers on their side.
Early, when that door opens, the operator not hitting, but has announced itself, and Ordaz stuck with no way.
For every last centimetre of space, Echo right by his side. It's 7 once more. Yet again, it would be OT. The slide through the smoke works out. Brilliant blind. So many players tagged up. Fabian finding one and quickly dodging his way back out with a satchel.
That's what CNED's going for.
Looking for it. Players walking into his crosshairs. CNED taken down. It's all on Cupid now to keep Pacific in this. Their first win fell so close. He sprays for a couple, but it's not quite enough. The second map slipping through their fingers, and Eternal Fire dousing them in the end.
Yeah, it's heartbreak for Pacific, but it's elation for Eternal Fire. They are confirmed for playoffs. A massive win, made to work for it, but Pacific has a 1 or 2 rounds away from getting that first win.
Yeah, it's just absolutely crushing for Pacific as their stage will end here in the groups. Of course, still a week left to play, but